back to the charts with Big Boss Crypto, bringing you another day trading analysis on Bitcoin and on Chainlink. Today we're gonna take a look at Bitcoin's price action, which has been stable around the 17k area. We're gonna take a look at the volume candles, which are residing to the downside, but also to the upside as well. We do have some above and a lot of them below. We're gonna take a look at the Fed and their decision and the potential pivot and what that means for markets in general. Stay tuned. Let's start off with Bitcoin and see what it has done since my last update on Wednesday. I did that before Jerome Powell spoke and it caused some volatility, as I told you, don't trade the news events because that also caused some volatility. We will have some volatility in 10 minutes when the non-farm employment rate comes out from the US. If it's above 200k, that will mean that the Fed will still need to increase its interest rates in order to beat inflation. But that's another topic. Let's look at what it has done since my last update. It has been hovering around the 17k area. We do have a wick to the upside, and that might suggest that the market makers are preparing shorts. However, wait for confirmation. We do have some volume candles to the downside. I have marked them up for you. First target is at 16.8 to around 16.8k, and the big guy below is at 16.7 down to 16.4. The market maker will recover these zones at some point. Also, we do have this unfilled volume candle which hasn't been recovered. It has been partially but not the whole candle, and the target is at 15.7. And we do have some above as well, which hasn't been recovered at 19k and at 20.4k approximately. But in my opinion, in order to go long, I will need Bitcoin to break 18.2k because they spike price up and down. That means that they are preparing for some big move coming up soon. And for me to go long, I need this to break 18.2k. I'm not considering any longs until then, but everything's up to you and you do your own decisions. This is not financial advice. But if we break this structure, we break some resistance. They had some transactions going on in this area above 17.6k. We do have a wick in this area and there's a lot of interest here. So I'm not going to be greedy, because if we break 18.2k, we will go to 20.4k most likely. And that's a nice long opportunity. But for now, I'm still considering shorts, and I have been building them above 16.8k in this area, and I'm still waiting for orders to be filled because I think we can go all the way to 17.600k, and that's my last order, and then I'm gonna wait it out until it goes to these volume candles. Let's look at the liquidation map then and see what we have here. There is a lot more liquidations points to the downside in my opinion, or there is actually, I don't know. It's not an opinion, it's facts. We do have some liquidation points around the 19k area and the big guy at 20.5k. As I told you, there is some volume candle in that area, and there's a lot of liquidation points also around 20.5k. But we need to break 18.2k in my opinion to solidify a move to the upside, because this could just be a fake move to trap some retail traders to go long, and then he liquidates them, moving price quickly to the downside down to 14.5k, where there is a lot of money residing. That's it for Bitcoin. Moving on to our favorite altcoin, Chainlink, then we can see that it's been following Bitcoin's price action quite in the same manner. Some quick moves, spikes to the upside, getting some volume candles residing down below, which hasn't been filmed, and it kind of looks like the Bitcoin chart, to be honest. We do have some volume candles which is yet to be filled to the downside, and we do have some big volume candles to the upside as well. So these are your targets basically. If you want to go long, first target is at 8.2 and to $9 approximately. If you are favorable of shorts, first target 7.3, next target $7, 6.7, and we can go all the way down to 6.5 in the next move during the weekend or on Monday. And we can see that we have some interesting action actually. If we go to the lower time frames, we can see somewhat of a double top formation, I'm still waiting for confirmation. We need to break 7.444. Yeah, 7.4. If we break $7.4, I think we might start a reversal. If we break this high at 7.824, I think we're gonna recover this volume candle at $8.245. But stay tuned for the news, which is coming out very soon, and we'll see how price will move then. So I'm gonna give you guys a last and final thought, because I talked about in the intro about the Fed pivoting, and that for some reason people believe that that's bullish for the stock markets and the Bitcoin market in general, but I do want to warn you that it's not. Here is a map of the previous Fed pivots and how the stock market, the S&P 500, has reacted after the Fed pivot. We can start off here in the 1960s. Fed pivoted and immediately we saw a 36% drop down. Same thing during the 70s. They had a 48% drop down after Fed pivoting. So basically what they do is that they pivot at the top and then the stock market reacts to that. We can see that they did that in the 2000 crash, the last financial crisis in 2008, and during the C19 crisis they did that before, and the stock market reacted to the downside, and yeah, as you can see, it was a 35% drop, and you know what happened with Bitcoin if you were around at that time. It was basically a huge opportunity to buy. And if Fed pivots during next year and they start to reduce the interest rate, a drop of around, from 20% all the way up to 50% is very likely on the stock market, and that will impact Bitcoin's price as well. You know our targets, which are to the downside. We have been talking about 12K on this channel. We've been talking about 8K on this channel. And worst case, 3K per Bitcoin. And that is if we drop 58% or higher on the stock market. That will be mayhem for the Bitcoin price as well, because it follows the stock market almost to the T. The last pump we saw from this low 16K area happened when Nasdaq pumped as well. And as you can see, this is the S&P 500 index. We do have a volume candle which is unfilled to the downside. And that is a target for the stock market to drop down. You can clearly see that we are in a downtrend. So we could expect a drop when Fed pivots, because we've been moving to the upside since the C19 crisis, and we can see that we have unfilled candles to the downside. So be very careful with investing during this rough time. I'm gonna leave you with this thought. See you next time. Big Boss out.